Good morning. It is Wednesday, November 30th. We're right smack dab in the middle of the muzzleloading season. I hunted every day except for the first day of the gun season and didn't see any bucks. Finally have gotten some of the big bucks on camera, so that's good. So a couple of them have made it through the gun season. Hunted the first couple of days of the muzzleloader season, but then today and yesterday there were 30-mile-per-hour winds with higher gusts, and I just don't go into the woods on days like that. So last week, actually about a week and a half ago, I made a trade. I traded one of my handguns for a new bow. I know, crazy, but the bow has never been shot. It's actually a compound bow, so might disappoint some of my trad friends, but it's a beautiful bow. It's a bear, so it is still a bear. It's called the Adapt. It's got a nice little tan color, like a sand color on the grip. And then it's got the old bear camouflage on the limbs. Put it on the bow scale and it's pulling about 62 pounds right now. So I think we'll leave it there. That felt pretty good. So what I'm going to be doing today is setting this thing up. So I guess the first thing I got to do is put the rest on and get the center shot all tuned up and everything with that, because then from the rest, once I get the rest on, then we go with the nocking point. So the rest, usually you'll put it in there, and then the center point is usually somewhere right around 13/16 of an inch from the burger button holes, which are these. So I'll measure out there and then we'll start from there. I'll turn you back on once I get the rest on. Oh, and look at those, are all my accessories that I have for the bow. New arrows that I'm gonna bear shaft tune to it. Got some fast fletching. Here's the sight. Got a bunch of stuff in there. So, all right, but first things first, we'll get the rest going and then I'll turn you back on. All right, I've got the rest on. Got it set for 13/16 of an inch away from there, so we'll see how that shoots. Now I got to do the nocking point. Now for nocking point on these, I've got this handy little device where the arrow screws into there, and then you put it on here. So you put it on there like that, and what you want is for the arrow to be perpendicular to the string, which is what this will do, that little device. And then you want the arrow, if you can see, the arrow goes straight through those burger buttons. And that's what you want to do. Actually, it might even be a little bit high. We'll give it a try, see what it does. But that looks like, yeah, that's actually going right through. So that's actually perfect. So then I'll put the nocking point right there, and then I'll turn you back on once I get that on. All right, we got the knock point in there. I tied on a D-loop. I didn't go through showing you how to do that just because there's a million things on the internet explaining that. You can see that my arrow runs perfectly through those burger buttons. So now I guess the next thing to do is obviously I got to screw the sight on, but then I got to put a peep in there. And to do that, I got to press it. So I do have a press. A lot of you didn't know, but before I got big into recurves, I did actually work at a bow shop and worked on a lot of compounds. And I actually like working on compounds more than recurves just because there's more stuff to futz around with. So I enjoy working on, this is the stuff I like to do. So I'm going to get the bow into the press and then I'll turn you on and let you see how the press works and everything. All right, so I've got the bow seated in the bow press. This just goes to show you, you don't have to be like a genius to be working on these bows. I don't have it tightened down yet, so the peep's going to go somewhere right up in here. This is where they've got it marked where it's the halfway section here. So all you do is once you get it in your press, just squeeze it in, just barely enough so that the string loosens up. You want to make sure that it's seated fine, and it is. There, you see how the string, look at that. So that's all you need. That's all I need to take off of there. Maybe a hair more, but probably not, because now I can get at the string, and then I can put my peep in there, and then tie the peep in. I'm not going to show you how to tie a peep in, because like I said, on the internet, there's already hundreds and thousands of videos about it. But I'm going to get that typed in, and then when I get that done, I will turn you guys back on. Well, good morning again. It's actually the next day. I got a little bit sidetracked, got called by somebody that needed some help with some stuff. So I went and did that. By the time I got back from that, it was dark and I couldn't shoot. And so I just tinkered around with getting everything else done. So I didn't tell you all, but earlier this year when I was hunting during that blizzard / ice storm, I had a malfunction on my drop away rest, and it's kind of been eating on me since then. Somehow I guess the water got inside the rest and then froze up, and then it wouldn't go down. So once I got it in the house and thawed it out, it went down just fine. But you know, that's a major malfunction, so that's been kind of grinding on me. So last night when I got back, I had this old whisker biscuit, which I used to use a lot back in the day. Not really sure why I changed. I think because I was shooting a lot of long range shots, and that does slow the arrow down a little bit, but for the shots that I take, you know, under 40 yards, that's really not going to have any effect. So I switched out my drop away for that. So I want to just kind of see how that works. So I think we're ready to take the very first shot with the bow here. I haven't shot it yet. I've got the peep all tied in. I can't remember what the last video that I did was, but I've got the peep all tied in. I got the, as you can see, the string is going to stretch, so I'm going to have to put it on the press again at some time. And oh, I suppose I should bring these. I'm using a Trophy Ridge React sight, which is kind of cool. By sighting in at 20 yards and then sighting in at 30 yards, then all your other pins are going to be sighted in. This is just to see how the bow shoots though. So like I said, haven't shot it yet, so this will be my very first shot. We'll probably go up to 10 yards here. Whew. It is cold this morning. All right, I think we'll shoot at that. I think I'll shoot at the orange bag there to start off with. I'm just gonna hold straight for the center. You know what? The white one's bigger. We'll shoot at the white bag just in case this flies all crazy. I'm actually gonna aim at the R in storm. Okay. All right, that zipped it out there. I probably have to lower that sight a little bit, but I was aiming right at the R, and look at that, I hit the R. That never happens. Very first shot. Let's drop back to 20 and see what happens. Boy, that arrow just looked, well, as they say, straight as an arrow. All right, so here's 20 yards. This time I'll aim at the yellow bag, right for the middle of it. We'll see how low it hits from here. All right, let's go check that out. Not bad. For not having moved the sights at all or anything, that's pretty dang good. A little bit low, actually just a little bit to the left. Up and down actually looks pretty good. Let's try that again and see if my shots are consistent out there. Alright, we'll aim for the same spot. See where that hit. Hopefully right about the same spot. And it's exactly the same spot. So I'm aiming for right here, and I'm just hitting about an inch, a half an inch low, and a half an inch left. So that should actually be pretty easy to fix. So this sight is nice because I don't even need tools to adjust it. So I just want to move it down a hair. See how that does. And then this, I want to move out a little bit. See how that does. For you all, I'm just going to do one more shot. And then I'm probably going to bear shaft tune some arrows to this and get it sighted in really good with those arrows. Alright, we're going to aim at the same spot here. I really like this bow. See what that did. Look at that. Left and right is perfect now. I shot a little bit high actually, so let me try one more shot. I think this time, I think we'll shoot right for this white dot here and see. It'll give me more of an aiming point. These arrows look really good flying out of this bow. There's no wiggle on them at all. These are the 400 spine gold tip hunters that I use with my Oneida. Actually, we're going to shoot at the lower circle. Shot at that white dot in that lower circle, so let's see what happened. Look at that. What was that? That was literally, let's see here, I did one shot at the R, 2 shots there, actually 3 shots there, so that's 4. 5th shot, I'm hitting bullseyes at 20 yards. All right, I think that's a good one to end on. So we're gonna call it quits for the video. Got the new bow. I think today, I should actually go hunting today. Man, it's gorgeous. That wind seems to have died down and it's nice and cold. I bet you those deer will move today, but I almost want to try hunting with this bow. So I would need a good day of shooting it, and I want to get those other arrows made up for it. So I might also want to put some string silencers on there. I'm not sure yet. But all right, thanks for tuning in to my recurve and longbow, fellas. Don't worry, that's still my first love. I still love shooting those more than anything, so that'll be the main thing probably on my videos. But this is going to be my hunting bow now, and I'm going to give the other one to my son. So all right, I'll catch you guys on the next one, hopefully in the woods. We'll see. I'm still not getting any daylight pictures of any deer because they're still all boogered up from the gun season. So I'm figuring about a week or two should get them to be calmed down and get back to normal a little bit. So, all right, I'll catch you guys on the next one.